This is the Pirates POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Pittsburgh Pirates, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, Jared Jones got out some tricky situations, pulled his best Harry Houdini impression. That was fun to watch. He only allowed a solo home run. We saw Luke Weaver struggle for the first time in what would be months in the ninth inning. But it all doesn't matter when your offense can't score a single run. Final score, 4-0 here in Game 2 between the Pirates and Red Sox at PNC Park. My name is Nathan Osler, and welcome to the Locked On Pirates POSTCAST here on the Locked On Pirates YouTube channel, a part of the Locked On Podcast Network. If you want any more Pirates content, make sure to check out Gary Morgan here on Locked On Pirates every Monday through Friday. He has you guys covered, about 30-minute episodes every day, Monday through Friday. And make sure to keep checking us out here on Locked On Pirates for the postcast after every single game with Ryan and I. Let's just get into this game. And I don't want to start with the offense. I actually want to start with Jared Jones today, because Jared Jones, in my opinion, besides the solo home run, had the Jared Jones outing that we expect a lot of as of late. And I kind of implied he did like a little bit of some Harry Houdini impressions tonight. His final box score, the typical 5 innings for Jared Jones. We've been seeing 4, 5, or 6 innings as of late. They're still working him after that injury. Do I agree with it? Maybe at this point, because the season's basically lost already. So just preserve the arm at this point. But he goes 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run being the solo shot to Wilyer Abreu over the Clemente wall. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and then that solo home run. But a 4.78 ERA for Jared Jones coming off of injury. This is about what I expected from him. And tonight, I just want to go through some of his magic tricks. He got out of some really, really peculiar jams tonight. So the run came in the second inning. It was a bad pitch he threw to Wilyer Abreu, and they brought it up on the Fox broadcast. It was a mistake fastball. He just threw it a little bit up high. A 96.8 mile per hour fastball to Wilyer Abreu after pitch 1 was a ball down by the feet to Abreu. And Abreu's having a really solid year for the Red Sox. After tonight, he had 3 of the Red Sox 9 hits tonight. He had a third of the offense tonight, by the way, hitting-wise, not RBI-wise, but driving in runs. Wilyer Abreu had a third of the Red Sox hits, 3 hits tonight in the solo shot, and that's all it took tonight. The Red Sox could have won this game 1-0, because when we get to the offense, as Lisa already brings up, I think we're back to the Lincoln logs. I completely agree. Mr. John says, tough Pirates loss tonight. But yeah, Wilyer Abreu, 3 hits tonight. He was basically the Red Sox offense. But yeah, that 1-0, he made it 1-0. That was the game. But he does immediately get out of it. So he allows a single to Caleb Durbin. And then we saw a nice the first act of getting out of a jam. It easily could have unraveled, because we've seen with these Pirates young pitchers this year, it unravels fast. We've seen it with Jared Jones. I remember his first game back against the Twins. He was not great. Bubba Chandler a few times this year. You can see it unravel when there's bad defense. It unravels. And he's been better at that as of late. But immediately after that single, he picks off Caleb Durbin, and on about the next pitch, he strikes out Jarren Duran. That was a really fun little concept right there by Jared Jones. A fun situation to just get out of that and just back it up. He allowed the home run, and he kept that what it was, and that was the only run he would allow. But I also want to get through the other stuff that happened and what Jared Jones is able to do more Harry Houdini-like actions and get out of these sticky situations. So in the top of the third, Andrew Monasterio was a pesky little player tonight for the Red Sox. A lot of long ABs, and we'll get to the one that drove me nuts later in the game. But in the top of the third, he flies out. Nick Sogard would walk. Masataka Yoshida would double, but immediately get taken out of the game. It looked like it was like an ankle or a hamstring running, so hopefully he's okay for the Red Sox situation. But he gets to second base. It was they doubled to Ronnie Simon to right field. It's now second and third. And after that, you have Ceddanne Rafaela. He strikes out on a foul tip. Immediately on 4 pitches, Jared Jones just pounds a 98.5 mile per hour fastball and gets him to foul tip it. And Rafael Flores keeps a hand on it. And then immediately after that was still runners on second and third. He's in this situation where there was 1 out. He got the strikeout to Rafaela, and then he strikes out Adley Rutschman, a new member of this Red Sox team, their big deadline acquisition, on a swinging strike. 91 mile per hour slider right in the middle of the strike zone. And he made Adley Rutschman look silly right there. And so that was a great escape, like I say, like a Houdini-like from Jared Jones in that inning. Let's move on, though, to what I think was the more impressive one. The top of the fourth, Wilson Contreras would walk on 5 pitches. Wilyer Abreu would double down the line again to Rodney Simon for his 26th. So Wilyer Abreu had multiple extra base hits tonight. This honestly could have been an RBI if Wilson Contreras could run fast. He is not a fast runner, so it's second and third right there. So second and third, no outs. He gets the ground ball to the shortstop Jacob Gonzalez, and there's no play at home because the runner Contreras isn't going to run home. He isn't fast. So Gonzalez just gets to play at first on 4 pitches. So now it's 1 out with second and third. He gets Jaron Duran to strike out swinging on a 6-pitch AB. So now there's 2 outs with runners on second and third. And here comes Andrew Monasterio with the at-bat of the game, the battle of the game. He gets Andrew Monasterio pitch by pitch, ball. Pitch number 2, a foul, 1-1. Then a ball in dirt, 2-1. On pitch 4 and 5, back-to-back foul balls. That's a 2-2 count. Ball on pitch number 6, it's a 3-2 count. Then he gets 3 straight foul balls on pitches 7, 8, and 9, all around the top of the strike zone. And then on pitch 10, low and away, that could have loaded the bases, he gets Andrew Monasterio to weakly fly out to center fielder Jake Mangum on an 89.6 mile per hour slider. And this was great work by Jared Jones getting out of back-to-back jams to give this offense any sort of chance to be able to fight back, which they didn't do. And we'll get to that in our next segment. But this is the type of starting pitching that this team has desperately needed out of this team, out of this rotation, that is. Sure, he only went 5 innings, but I'm not expecting Jared Jones to go longer because, let's be honest, he's still coming off of that injury, and he's still a very young arm in this league right now. So Jared Jones tonight goes only 85 pitches. He throws 55 strikes, 30 balls. Not a great, I would say not probably the length he wanted to go, but he was pumped after getting out of those jams. And that was peak Jared Jones action. He's going to allow that solo shot about every single game, but he doesn't let it kill him as of late. He gets out of those jams, and it was fun to watch Jared Jones pitch tonight. And it sucks he's going to get the L. It sucks he's now 2-5 because even though he only allowed the solo shot, he did a lot for this team to even have a chance to come back tonight. He would pitch in the 5th. He would just finish it out with a pop out to Sogar to fly out by Siegler, and Rafaela would ground out. When we come back, though, actually, before we go, Wilbert Otell, 2 innings, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Gregory Soto, again, an inning and a 1 hit. But then Luke Weaver, his first appearance basically in a 1-run game. He did not have a great appearance. This is probably his worst game of the year because he was on a streak of just not allowing runs for whoever he was pitching with. Luke Weaver, 1 inning, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts in a 9th inning effort. Not great for Weaver. His ERA, though, is only a 2.3. So that just shows how good he's been. But yet again, the offense loses them a game. And we're going to talk all about this Pirates offense when we are back. Can we talk about one of the most underrated organs in your body, your liver? It's your body's filter, processing everything you consume and performing more than 500 functions every day. It's involved in things like energy production, digestion, fat metabolism, and vitamin storage. So it's doing a lot of work behind the scenes. That's why giving your liver daily support can be an important part of building healthy habits. Dose for Your Liver is a clinically backed liver health supplement designed to support daily liver function. Unlike another capsule or powder, Dose comes as a liquid 2-ounce daily shot that tastes like fresh squeezed orange juice. It's 0 sugar, 0 junk, and 0 calories, making it an easy addition to your daily routine. I'd probably take Dose first thing in the morning. I already have a routine where I'm grabbing coffee, checking my phone, and getting ready for the day, so it would just fit right in there. It's one of those things that's so quick, you don't really have to think about it. You just do it and move on. Ready to give your liver the support it deserves? Head to dose.co/LockedOnMLB or enter LockedOnMLB to get 35% off your first subscription. Your body does so much for you. Let's do something for it. That's DOSEDAILY.co/LockedOnMLB for 35% off of your first month subscription. Before we get into more of today's show, it's time for the Everyday Icon presented by Stance. As the official sock partner of Major League Baseball, Stance knows greatness isn't built in a single moment. It's earned over time through consistency, preparation, and showing up to work every day. That's why each week we're recognizing one player whose performance embodies those same qualities. And if I'm giving the Everyday Stance icon, if it's a Pirate related, I'm going to give it to Jared Jones tonight. Like I just said in that first segment, he got out of so many jams. He kept it to 1-0, had a 7 strikeout performance, only 2 walks, only a couple hits. But getting out of those jams gave the Pirates every chance in the world to come back in this game down 1-0 at the time. The offense just couldn't back him up. But Jared Jones easily is the everyday icon for today's game. The everyday icon is presented by Stance. Check out the icon collection from Stance. Premium comfort, performance, and durability designed for whatever your day brings. Use promo code LOCKEDON at checkout for 20% off your purchase. Stance, the official sock partner of Major League Baseball. Learn more at stance.com. Nothing like watching a Pirates game, even better when you get to watch it live. The excitement, the fans. The only problem, getting tickets can feel like a grind. Long queues, surprise fees, prices jumping at the checkout. That's where there's Game Time. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage with constant innovation. It's how you unlock amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's simple to use. The Game Time guarantee means you get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time at the best price. And here's the best part. Fees are included in the price you see. What you see is what you pay, period. The seat views feature is huge. I can see the panoramic view from my exact same seat before you buy. 2 taps and it's done. No stress, no hidden fees, just great seats in minutes. That's what makes it so easy to decide last minute to hit up a game. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Okay, welcome back here in the Locked On Pirates podcast here on the Locked On Pirates podcast network. As Lisa does bring up, his efficiency was good, 5.67 pitches per out on 85 strikes. Too bad the offense was silent. Yes, Jared Jones, great. Thank you, Lisa. Again, Lisa providing great pitching stats in the comments as always. Coming up clutch for Ryan and I with those pitch counts per out. Awesome, love to see it. But she brings up, again, what we're going to talk about here in segment 2. Offense silent again, and Lisa also brought it up earlier. I'll bring up this comment again because it always makes me laugh. Lisa has made the trademark. They're back to the Lincoln Logs, and she says it every time, and it always makes me happy when I hear that because it's great. But yeah, this offense again tonight, and I went through the game in the 8th inning. I was preparing like the final title before Luke Weaver was coming in, and at first I was like, this game just reeks of 1-0 loss. It definitely had that vibe, and it was going to have that vibe until Luke Weaver just forgot how to pitch in the 9th inning, and he hasn't looked bad all year, but this was probably what I would say his worst outing all year, even combined with like the outings with the Mets this year. But yeah, it's not his fault they lost. It's the offense's fault they lost. You're not going to win games 0-1 with no runs scored. You can't do that. You're not going to win games tying 0-0. You have to score runs. And in this second half, guys, this offense is kind of just falling off a cliff. That's why Lisa's brought up multiple times. And I've talked about and stolen the joke too. So thank you, Lisa, for this. The Lincoln Log thing. People were comparing them to Lumber Company 2.0, and they've become Lincoln Logs. They become like 84 Lumber. That's what they look like. And they're not what they were known as in that first half. They all kind of just fell silent. Like Brian Reynolds has gone silent. He's now at an 803 OPS, almost back in the 700s. He went 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Brandon Lau had a hit tonight. He's now still below an 800 OPS. He's at a 793. Horwitz, ever since coming back from injury, not great. He went 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a walk. He has a 780 OPS. Valdez, he's slowly starting to get his swing back. He had 2 hits tonight. Ronnie Simon batted 5th. And I say it's year 7, the rebuild. This is not an offense to Ronnie Simon. It was fun seeing the whole hashtag Simon Says on Twitter. I thought it was funny. I thought it was a fun little movement to add some positive vibes to what has been a rough second half. But Ronnie Simon cannot be your 5-hitter in year 7 of a Ben Cherington, Travis Williams regime and all these guys. Ronnie Simon grounded it into 2 inning-ending double plays today in the 5 spot. And sure, it's not his fault he's batting 5th. It's the fault like injuries have killed, but it's the lack of depth in this organization that has him batting 5th. But Jacob Gonzalez, 0 for 3. Mangum had 2 hits. Flores Jr. had a hit and a strikeout today. So Flores still semi-hitting well. Flores Jr. is hitting 297 with a 1,044 OPS. He has been on fire. And then Jared Trillo, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. That was pretty rough. But I was going through doing some research as we're running short on time here. Towards the end of the game, I was like, I want to see if I can find an interesting fact here. I wanted to see what innings the Pirates had a runner at least in scoring position. There were 2. They had 2 innings with a runner at least on second base in scoring position. Those innings, those are going to be the only innings we talk about for this offense tonight. The first inning. And what happened in the first inning? Horwitz would strike out swinging to lead off the game. Brandon Lau would single. Brian Reynolds would ground out. But Brandon Lau went to second base. And then Esmeralyn Valdez struck out. So that was the first chance with a runner in scoring position. We will not see a runner in scoring position for the Pirates offense until the 5th inning, however, where they ended up having bases loaded. So Jacob Gonzalez flies out. Jake Mangum singles. Rafael Flores Jr. singles. It's now runners on first and second. Jared Trillo gets called out on strikes. This was a horrible AB. It goes 5 pitches, and I was joking. I was like, the Pirates are on national TV. So they had 3 games tonight. They had this one, the Brewers and Dodgers is the main national one. And I forget what the other one was, but whenever Fox turned it on, they were talking about Mizorowski versus the Dodgers, but then it turned to the Pirates and Red Sox tonight. So people that were blessed with watching Pirates Red Sox tonight, they got to witness these ABs in this 5th inning. And this was one of those ABs by Trillo. Is like, I get why the fan base is frustrated with Trillo. He comes up in these situations all the time. And it just like, he should. And it's funny. I don't despise Jared Trillo. He's a backup in my opinion, but he's thrown into these starting situations because Connor Griffin's hurt. Nick Gonzalez got hit in the head almost. And thank goodness he's okay. It hit the flap of his helmet, but he was available tonight, but he did not play tonight. So Jared Trillo has to be your third baseman, and he's coming up in these situations, and he strikes out. It's just what it is. But he's been hitting better as of late, but he's still hitting 244 with a 638 OPS. I'm not expecting the world from Jared Trillo there. But you needed better. Horwitz, though, walks. Bases are juiced, and then Brandon Lau comes up with bases loaded and strikes out on 5 pitches. And the pitch that he struck out on was a blocked pitch at his feet. So not a great approach there by Lau with bases juiced. But yeah, that's all the Pirates. Those are the only chances the Pirates had. I really don't know. I don't have much else to add for this Pirates offense tonight. The main story was Jared Jones getting out of those jams. I really wanted to talk about that tonight because I thought it was a positive thing. And just seeing Jared Jones pumped up was fun, especially getting out of those jams. He allowed that home run and just forgot it ever happened. But tomorrow, the Pirates will be facing the task of ending a streak that is horrible. They need to win a series. They've lost 7 in a row. They can end the streak tomorrow, or we're going to be talking about, you guys will have Ryan tomorrow, talking about 8 straight series losses in a row, and I hope that's not the case. Patrick Sandoval, fresh off that IL for the Red Sox. He's 1-1 with a 3.30 ERA, 29 strikeouts. He is Paul Skeens. There's been a lot of talk about Paul Skeens as of late. I remember last time I was on, he threw a 95-mile-per-hour fastball, and that was the talk of the town when he allowed the Esteury Ruiz home run. He is 9-11 with a 3.88 ERA, 166 strikeouts. Pirates desperately need to win a series. They're not dead. Well, they kind of are dead, but they're not mathematically out yet. But it's going to be close pretty soon. They're now 60-65. Red Sox 66-57. Here's 2 other interesting facts I had before we go. We're running short on time. So Sonny Gray is now have a career high for the Red Sox. This is a career high 15-win season for Sonny Gray. Highest he got was a couple 14-win seasons. He had one last year. This year, 15. So congrats to Sonny Gray there at the Pirates' expense. And here's kind of a sad fact. This is from Colin Beasley over on Twitter from the Post-Gazette. Tonight was the 5th PNC Park sellout this season. Now, it's against the Red Sox. They're going to be selling tickets against a good market like them and a good fan base. The Pirates now in those 5 sellouts are 1-4. They are 1-4 in those sellouts, so not great stuff there, but the Pirates will look to win the series tomorrow. Let's end that streak. Ryan has you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys, as always, for watching the Locked On Pirates postcast, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night, everyone, and let's go Bucks.